Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I want to welcome you to the new and improved Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways podcast. After many years of interviewing the best and brightest thought leaders around the world on my SiriusXM show, I am excited to now have those interviews available to people around the globe on this podcast. So many people would write us and say, I love what I've been hearing about your interviews with these great people. Where can I access them? I live in this country or that country, or I don't have access to that technology. How can I get the information? Well, I'm so excited now that we are able to offer the information and the interviews free on this podcast. So we want you to sit back and enjoy this message and let me know how you like them. And then do me a favor. If you like them, send a review, write a review and post it. And if you like it, hit like on here and share it and tell everybody you know about it, and then subscribe to this podcast so you'll get the alerts when we post a new interview episode. Thank you for listening and enjoy the Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways podcast.
Named one of the outstanding 5 speakers in the world.
Inducted into the Speaker Hall of Fame.
Award-winning singer.
Best-selling author.
And now, here's Willie Jolley.
Well, it's true. We have only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it, forced upon us. We can't refuse it. We didn't seek it. We didn't choose it. But it's up to us to use it. We must suffer if we lose it, give account if we abuse it. It's just a tiny little minute, but our eternities are wrapped up in it. And you know I am grateful for this minute, this moment, this opportunity to be on with you and to be sharing some ideas with you that I believe will have a powerful and positive impact on your thinking, on your life, on your wealth. We're trying to create greater health, wealth, wisdom. So welcome to the Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways show. And I am grateful for you taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. Now, some of you are people who listen every week, and I'm grateful, or you listen constantly in your car, at home, on podcasts. I'm grateful, but some of you are new. Someone told you about it. One of your friends said you got to listen to this program. And so I want to welcome you. Welcome, and I want to thank you. Now, I take a moment to do that minute at the beginning of every show. That's become something I'm known for around the world. But I also take a minute, to give God some glory for that minute, because that minute is God's minute from Martin Luther King Jr.'s mentor, Dr. Benjamin Mays. And then I give God a minute, a moment, time at every show. At the start of every show, I give God some glory for thanking him for life and strength and health, thanking him for this show, thanking him for the other radio shows, thanking him for television programs, thanking him for the books, but most of all, thanking him for life, strength, health. And I believe that every day you get one of those, you should be grateful. And I am. So I take a moment to thank God for it. Now, I am also grateful that you have shared this with your friends, your family members. You're the ones who have made this the number one motivational self-help show on this network and one of the most popular podcasts globally. And I want to thank you. Do me a favor, like it, share it, send it to your friends. Tell them you got to listen, because that's how we keep impacting more people. Because I want to inspire and generate multiple millions of people globally with a positive, powerful message and help them to live their best lives and create greater wealth, not just for them here, but for them in the future and for their legacy, for their children's children's great-grandchildren. I want to thank you for doing that. Now, I want to also take a moment to thank our friends at selectabed.com, who I am shouting out for a specific reason, because we've created a relationship and a partnership where I'm going to tell people about an experience I had that they were responsible for. Many people who know me in Washington, D.C. know that for many years I struggled with back problems. I had a herniated disc in L5, and I had back problems. And so people knew because they'd see me or they'd talk to me that I was going through every possible kind of treatment. I've had everything but surgery. I've had chiropractic. I've had therapy. I've had physical therapy. I've had the epidural shots. I've had everything. Then I bought one of those air mattresses that you can control, and it was good. But I would still wake up sometime with still some back pain. So one day I was just going online looking if there's anything I can do. And I found this bed called an Airpedic. And the guy who created it was a chiropractor, a doctor. He created this bed. And I was intrigued because the other air mattress I had one chamber. This one had 3 chambers. One for your neck, your back, and one for your feet and bottom part. It would rise up. It would do all sorts of things. It would cool you. And it was organic. I said, what? So I looked into it. I called the guy and I finally was able to be convinced that I should try it. And they give you a money back guarantee if you don't like it. I got the bed and it's changed my life. I have had it for over a year now. And I am in love with my bed. I love my bed. I love my bed. Okay, so I am a big fan of Airpedic mattresses. And so if you'll go to selectabed.com and use the code WJ, Willie Jolley, WJ800. I have the 800 series of the bed. You do WJ800 for any series you get, then you'll get a discount. So selectabed.com and go to WJ800 and you'll get a discount. Well, I've got a show today that I just want to share with you. We got a real superstar. I call her a superstar. Now, you might not know her name, you might know her name, but you know her works, what she has accomplished, what she has been able to create musically, and in terms of what she has impacted people with not only her music, but her speaking, and now with her philanthropic activities. I'm very grateful. We've been friends for many, many years. I was speaking in Nashville, Tennessee, one year. This is probably 20 years ago, probably more than 20 years ago. And this lady came to hear me speak. She said, my friends told me that you're one of the best speakers in the country. I want to hear you and learn more about this speaking business, and maybe I can learn how to do it as well. I said, okay, come in and be my guest to the speech that I was doing. Well, I come to find out she's one of the great songwriters in Nashville. She has written songs for Kenny Loggins, for Reba McEntire. Her songs have been on air for many organizations. She's been on Entertainment Tonight, Oprah, 2020, The Motion Picture, 8 Seconds, ABC, CBS, NBC, CMT, TNT, TNN, and VH1. She has been on the Jerry Lewis Labor Day MDA telethon. She has created music that has been heard all over for the Dixie Chicks, or what they call themselves, the Chicks now. Andy Williams, Reba, as I said, Reba McEntire. But then she became a speaker, and then she started doing music for her speaking and her keynotes, and for radio and for television, and she is amazing. And if you say, play Jana Stanfield to your Alexa or one of those, they will play her music. She has been all over the world. She's been spending a lot of time on philanthropic activities in Southeast Asia. And I've given you the thumbnail sketch. Jana Stanfield, superstar, songwriter, entertainer, speaker, and philanthropist. Thank you for being on with me.
Oh, yes. I'm so happy to hear your voice, Willie Jolley. Just hearing your voice energizes me. You have been born with the charisma, and you use it so well. You use it for good, and I love that about you, Willie Jolley.
Well, I gave him the thumbnail sketch about you. Why don't you tell them a little more where you came from? And I mean, even learned more just in the last few days as we prepared for the interview about the fact you were a journalist, a TV personality before you became a Nashville superstar songwriter, and then on to speaking and other. Tell us a little about your story. Where are you from?
I grew up in Clovis, New Mexico. My great-grandparents had covered wagons, and they went out to New Mexico in their covered wagons and dug a hole in the dirt out there and lived in it. And if you could survive for a year on that land, you could have it.
Wow.
And so those are my people. So everybody that I come from came from those people who lived in that little lean-to hole in the ground where the wind wouldn't hit them too hard on that flat piece of dirt. That's where I come from.
Wow. Well, and then you became a news person for right as a teenager, right out in college.
Yeah, I studied this in college. I wanted to be an entertainer or a missionary. And you know what I've learned is that if you don't decide, fate's going to decide it for you. So
say that again. If you don't decide, fate will decide it for you. That's right.
Yeah, so I couldn't decide, and you know what's been beautiful about my life? I couldn't decide if I wanted to be a missionary or an entertainer. I wound up being a television news reporter, and what I've found is that only God can take those parts of your life and put them all together, braid 3 different things into something where now I get to be the head of Refugee Film School, where we're helping kids go from refugee to free, take their families from refugee to free. And the way that happened is because people like my music and they would invite me to come and speak. And all those things that I wanted to do have come together throughout my life. And I'm so grateful for the way God works things out that we could never imagine.
Wow. Wow. Amazing. Awesome. Well, you left television journalism and you moved to Nashville and said, I'm going to write songs. And
yes.
That's what you did. You wrote a lot of them. They became big hits. All right. And then you started speaking. Now, here's what I want to know now is, now what are you doing? You got a whole new thing. Your next act is even more powerful than the first 2 acts.
Yeah, and I hope it's okay to use this word on your show. I call the 3rd act my kick-ass 3rd act.
Absolutely. Go for it. Yes, indeed.
I am in my kick-ass 3rd act. And so I had an opportunity through Together We Can Change the World, which I co-founded, which is an international organization that helps girls and women to make sure that girls are not left behind in other countries without an education.
Right.
To make sure that every bright girl, every bright boy gets a chance to go through school and get an education and be a contributing member of society. So I've been working on that for 15 years. But in the last year, a year ago, I went to Malaysia to start a pilot project called Refugee Film School to see if we could teach teenagers how to edit video and earn money for food for their families editing video.
Wow. So you went over to Asia and started that process, and now it has exploded.
Yes. We're 1 year in, and all the things that have happened to it, from a little $5,000 donation on my birthday on Facebook 1 year ago today, because today is my birthday.
Hot dog. Happy birthday. Okay.
Yeah, so, on Facebook you can do a fundraiser. I was over there trying to start this little program with 10 students. I was just trying to teach them, and my friend Ann Pogue, who's my social media person, said, let's do a fundraiser for your birthday. You never do that. I said, okay, let's do it. Well, we got $5,000 from just about 40 friends of mine who put in as little as $20, and that seed money got us started, and I'm so delighted with what God has grown from that seed money in 1 year.
Wow. Well, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about that program as well as the lessons you've learned in the process. You're listening to the Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways Show and the Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways podcast. And I want you to know for sure that your best is yet to come. We'll be right back.
Afraid of flying, I always kept my dreams on the ground. Life had enough ups and downs, but Lord, since I met you, all that's changed in the blink of an eye. Now all my heart wants to do is fly. You put wings on my dreams, and overcame my fear.
Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I have a question for you. Have you ever wondered why some people can make $1 million, lose it, make a second million, lose that, then make a third million, while other people can't even make ends meet? Well, the reason is that those people know the recipe for success. And that recipe is available to everyone if you will do what they did. They made a habit of getting positive motivational resources of great thinkers and great learners. And I want to offer those same kind of resources to you. We've developed a free page on my website. It's wjspeaks.com/gift. wjspeaks.com/gift. On that site, we've got resources, books, audios that help you to grow, and they're free. So go to wjspeaks.com/gift, wjspeaks.com/gift, and get some of those resources, and then share that page with your friends and your family members. We want to impact and inspire millions of people. And remember, if you enjoy this message on this podcast, like it, share it, and post a review about it, and make a difference in the lives of others by letting them know about it. Have a great day. This is Dr. Willie Jolley.
A to the D to the T to the I to the T to the U to the D to the E. A to the T to the T to the I to the T to the U to the E to the E. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's all about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's all about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's all about your attitude.
And we're back. This is Dr. Willie Jolley on the Willie Jolley Wealthy Way show and podcast. And I want to welcome everybody to this edition because we've got my friend Jana Stanfield, world-class songwriter, speaker, philanthropist. Now, before I talk more about her story, I want to make sure that I also share with everybody that if you are joining us, you're just first time, make sure that you know to share this, like it, and subscribe to it. Now, also know what we've got going on beyond this. You can listen to this show on this network every week, but then you can hear me Monday through Friday on the Get Up Mornings with Erica Campbell radio show on the Radio 1 network. And if you're on my newsletter, I send out a free daily 1-minute video. So you can go to winwithwillie.com just to sign up for the newsletter, and I'll send it to you free. And then on Monday nights, we got Happily Married Mondays with the Jollies on Facebook Live, our marriage show. My wife and I wrote a very popular book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last. And it has blown up. Now people are tuning in every Monday night, 9 o'clock Eastern time from all over the globe to help them to grow and expand in terms of their marriage. And we're excited that we now are going to have our first virtual marriage seminar coming up in a couple weeks. So if you go to jollymarriage.com/escape. It's a couples escape. jollymarriage.com/escape. You can register. And for your registration, you not only get registration, you get thrown in a $25 writable workbook a digital writable workbook. It's $25 value, and the whole registration is only $49. So you get that. So go to jollymarriage.com, and that's for the couple, not for individual. That's per couple or per person if you're going to come singular. But jollymarriage.com for the registration is jollymarriage.com/escape. Jollymarriage.com/escape. My guest is Jana Stanfield. She's written hit songs for so many people. I could go on and on. Then she was a journalist. Then she said, my passion is writing songs. So she went to Nashville, became a big success there, then started speaking, going all over the globe. And now she has a philanthropic organization where she's helping young people learn how to, and you can tell the rest of the story. What are you teaching them how to do, Jana?
Teaching them to edit video, and here's why. You know, as a musician, we're always getting lyric videos done, music videos, and I would go to this place called Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. Are you familiar with that?
I'm very familiar with it, yes.
And it's where people from all over the world can put their services up for $5 to edit video or do photos. I can remember paying, $75 an hour, $150 an hour for graphic design, for video editing. And if you try to do your video editing yourself, I mean, you can now, but it's really tedious. It takes so long, and then you're never happy with it.
Right.
So I started hiring people on Fiverr to do video projects for me and to do lyric videos. And that's where things finally came together from something that I saw in Africa that gave me an idea. More than 10 years ago, I carried the idea from what I saw in Africa.
Wow. And what is the name of the organization, and what are you doing?
It is called, the organization is called Together for Good Refugee Film School. And would you like to hear where the idea came from? Would you like to hear the little Africa story?
I would love to hear that.
There are girls all over the place, and I first saw it in Africa, where the girls, it's a good thing, they go to a sewing school. So maybe they come from their villages, and so they stay there. It's a boarding school. They go to school half a day, and then the other half a day, they sew uniforms. They take in projects. The school takes in projects, and so the girls are sewing, and through making uniforms and doing all the school projects that they take in, they learn the trade, and at the end, they earn a sewing machine. When they graduate from high school, they earn a sewing machine to work with for the rest of their lives.
Wow.
Now, there was only one problem that I saw with that. Yes, it was beautiful, and 10 years ago, the kind of sewing machine they were giving girls, that these girls were earning, was the kind your grandmother would only want as an antique. The kind they're going to be bending over and running with their feet. Remember those foot pedal sewing machines that your grandmother or great-grandmother had?
Right.
That's what girls were earning. And at that moment, I thought, why can't we teach kids to edit? And while they're in high school going to one of these programs where they're trying to find a way to earn money for the rest of their lives, they come from a poor village, what are they going to do? They have internet. What if kids could learn to edit videos, learn to edit photos, and walk away with a computer that they can take home to make their living with? I just saw a computer as an open door to the future for these girls.
Wow.
And that's the idea.
You know, we just had Steve Case, founder of AOL, on, and he talked about the once you get a computer and you start looking at the possibilities and you learn a skill, it's the next wave that it becomes a part of a lifestyle. So that's exactly the right thinking. And so now you have created this school in Asia for these young people. You're helping them to learn this skill. You're raising money for that. And real quick, where can people learn more?
It's called Together for Good Refugee Film School. Now, we're starting another community called Together for Good Karma.
Okay.
But if you just look up Refugee Film School on Facebook, you'll find Together for Good Refugee Film School. I don't think there's another refugee film school out there in the world. We just started it, and it's a year old. But our dream is that through the viral nature of video, teenagers will teach teenagers, and that this will spread to refugee camps all over the world.
Wow. This is a powerful philanthropic and caring program. Now, I'm intrigued about something. I want to make sure, and I'm sure, I'm always thinking other people think like I think. You were a journalist, and then you went to Nashville. What made you drop that and say, I'm gonna live my dream? How did you make yourself do that?
Oh my gosh, I had to make myself stay as a reporter for those 4 years. I was a writer. I'm a charismatic person like you, Willie. Well, no one's like you, but I've got the gift of gab, the gift of humor, and I just wanted to be out there doing something that brings joy to people, brings hope to people, brings encouragement to people. You probably know my song, What Would I Do Today If I Were Brave?
Yes.
And in that first verse, it's about me being a reporter. The first verse that I wrote in that said, What would I do if I knew that I could not fail? If I believed, would the wind always fill up my sail? How far would I go? What could I achieve trusting the hero in me? What would I do today if I were brave? And it was so brave. It was so brave to leave a good job as a television news reporter that your parents are proud of and go off to another town to try to make it as a what? A musician.
Wow. That is, and I love that song. And that is one of the things that really inspires me about you, is that you were willing to live your dream. And that's why I wanted people to hear that, because many people are doing jobs that they don't love, that they're not passionate about, but they know it just pays the bills. And what would you do if you were brave? In fact, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play that song, or play a couple minutes of that song at going out of this break. And I want people to hear that song. I have listened to that song many times over the years, and it inspires me. And I wanted people to know that they might have a dream, they might have a goal, they might have a aspiration that they've been holding back, that they've been afraid to take. But what would you do if you were brave? Listen to this song, folks, and we're going to go right into the break, and we're going to come back on the other side, because you got to hear the rest of a story, and there's a powerful story about Harriet Tubman that you got to hear. Oh, yeah, Harriet Tubman. This is Dr. Willie Jolley. Listen to this song by Jana Stanfield.
What would I do if I knew that I could not fail? If I believed, would the wind always fill up my sail? How far would I go? What could I achieve? Trusting the hero in me. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge, where fools and dreamers dare to tread, and never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What if we're all meant to do what we secretly dream? What would you ask if you knew you could have anything? Like the mighty oak sleeps in the heart of a seed, are there miracles in you and me? If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge, where fools and dreamers dare to tread, and never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave?
And we're back. Wow. I hope you enjoyed that song. You want to stay around because I've got great things for you. Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I got an email from a gentleman in Australia who shared how he had been struggling in his business, and he bought some of my books and audios, and how it had a profound impact on his business, and he went from worst to first in his company. I shared with him how much I appreciated his note, but I told him those books, those audios, those videos were not just something that I just thought up one day and started to write. They were born out of my experiences, out of the challenges of overcoming the problems and the difficulties and how I was able to do it. And I shared with him that others have sent similar messages and that these resources work. I want to encourage you and invite you to go to my store. Go to wjspeaks.com/shop. wjspeaks.com/shop. Get some of the books. It only takes a minute to change your life. Or a setback is a setup for a comeback. Or turn setbacks into greenbacks. Or chicken soup for the soul. Or an attitude of excellence. Or the book I wrote with my wife after 34 years of being married and not having an argument in over 30 years. We wrote a book called Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last. And now it is saving marriages all over the globe. Go to the store. Get some of the audios, the videos, the books, the resources to help you have greater personal and professional success. This is Dr. Willie Jolley. Make this a great day on purpose. And we're back. This is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I want to welcome you again to the Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways Show and podcast. I'm grateful for each one of you who has made this part of your routine to listen in. For those who are just joining us, who you are listening to, my friend Jana Stanfield. Kenny Loggins says, Jana knows how to really entertain and write songs. Reba McEntire, thank you for writing that song for me, Jana. It was fantastic. You've heard her music on Entertainment Tonight, Oprah, on 2020, on movies. And she's written songs for Reba McEntire, Andy Williams, and Kenny Loggins, what were the Dixie Chicks, and now they're called the Chicks. She's been on national radio tributes to JFK Jr. She's done so much that I could go on and on and on and on. But the main thing, if you go to your Alexa and say, hey Siri or Pandora or Spotify or OK Google and say, play Jana Stanfield. All right, see, my phone, when I said it, phone would do it and say they'll play Jana Stanfield's music. And that's what we got today. We got Jana Stanfield as our guest, world-renowned all over the world. And I'm so grateful. Thank you, Jana, for being with us.
I'm so happy to be with my old friend Willie Jolley, helping people out because, in the last, we were talking about people who are who've got something else in them that they know they're meant to do.
Yeah.
People who have been taking up space in somebody else's dream job, and they know there's more in them than that. And, yeah, I do have a story of how God pulled that out of me.
Well, tell that story. Go ahead, 'cause I want people to hear. Go ahead, Jana.
All right. When I went to Kuala Lumpur 1 year ago, during this time, I went there to just find out if I could teach kids to edit. I've never done this. They're all from Afghanistan, Pakistan. We got a little bit of a language barrier going on. They're refugee kids in this volunteer school where their teachers are refugees too and volunteers. And so I just thought, I told the students when I came in, I'm not a teacher, I'm not a video specialist, but I am willing to teach you guys what I know and see if I can help you so that you could get on Fiverr, make a living. And the plan was I was just going to teach them and go. 1 month, we find out if this process works, and if it does, I'll take it to our other programs. Together we can change the world in other countries, and we'll replicate the program. And God had other plans for me.
Yes.
That I didn't know about. I was never involved with refugees. I got to tell you, they were a captive audience at this place. And they said, yeah, you can have our students. How many do you want? How long do you want them? You got them. While I was there teaching, and it was the hardest job I ever loved doing that, while I was there, I went out one night and I was just walking around downtown where they have restaurants in a lot of cities in Asia. They also have where you can go get a massage. I went into a family massage place. Who takes their family for a massage? But I realized this place is a family massage because there's one area where they've got a movie screen, and on the whole wall they put up this movie. And I sat in there by myself that night. I said, I don't want to get a massage anymore. I saw that the movie on there was something I'd never seen. I didn't even know what it was. It was the movie Harriet. I didn't want them to bother me with a massage. I said, just let me sit here. It was already halfway through. I watched it, then I said, would you play it again? I was the only person in there. When that movie was over, I was so moved that the next day on Sunday, I contacted my students and their parents and said, could I take your students to see this movie called Harriet at a massage parlor? Parents, let them meet me there. I took them into this movie. We sat there, just us, and watched the movie Harriet. And I am trying to tell everybody, see that movie, take your friends, take your children, get other people's children over, get them to see this movie.
Right.
It was so moving. And when Cynthia Erivo was singing at the end, and she was singing Stand Up, one of the students came up next to me. She was singing Stand Up, I will stand up, take my people with me. She put her hand in mine and she said, Jana, Miss Jana, I think you're here to be our Miss Harriet. You're our Miss Harriet. And I hadn't planned to make this a whole year project or the rest of my life. I had no plans like that. But I couldn't turn away from these 10 kids who have no hope of having a way to make a living. I couldn't turn away. And I truly believe that when Black Lives Matter, those gates are going to be opened, and every person who has struggled all of these years to follow in Miss Harriet's footsteps and set people free, they're going to hold those gates open. And every brown person, every marginalized person is going to be able to walk through. And that is why I am doing this. I will be Miss Harriet for those kids for as long as it takes.
Wow. God bless you. That moves me. Oh, I love that. And that story just, Miss Jana, you'll be, wow. And that's that movie, that song by Cynthia Erivo. It's just so powerful. And so I encourage everybody to, if you haven't seen the movie, see the movie. And if you can see the video, music video of that song, it is powerful. Well, it moves you to go from planning to be there 1 month. You were there 3 months, and then you started this program. Now you got people that you are helping in other parts of the world, right from the USA. Am I right?
Yes, and during lockdown, it's been so wonderful. We've now got 10 mentors. We've got 15 mentors. We've got 15 students, 15 mentors who talk to them like a big brother or a big sister every week. These students, their grades are better. They're doing better in school. They have more confidence. They love talking with people and helping people, and we make videos for people who are doing good things. We make videos about good things. We do graphic design for people who are doing good things. So everything we're doing is to spread the good in the world, to increase the good in the world.
Well, you got a song about that, though. You got a song about good. I love that, the lyric to this song about doing good. Tell me that lyric, please.
Yes, they used it in a commercial right when the lockdown started. I got a call asking if they could use it in a commercial, and it says, "We cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that we can do." And then the song says it in different languages. In Spanish, "No puedo hacer todo lo bueno que el mundo necesita, pero el mundo necesita." We cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that we can do. And you are doing it, Willie Jolley. I'm so proud of what you are doing. And I'm so grateful that you would let the world know about these kids who are trying to find their freedom too.
Wow. You know, I love that concept. We've started a organization. You and I talked about how synchronicity would be such that we would talk. And I said, I got to have you, and you got to tell that story. But I've started jollygoodnews.org, jollygoodnews.org, which is my messaging to try and give people good news in a time of bad news, sad news, depressing news, despondent news. People are overwhelmed. There's depression rates are at an all-time high, that I would be able to give every week, every Saturday morning on Jolly Good News Facebook page. I do the Jolly Good News Report, a video-based program where I give you nothing but good news every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So I'm encouraging everybody to do that. But when she told me I've got Jolly Good News, and then she said, we cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good we can do. And I said, praise the Lord. That was just speaking to my spirit. And so I got to ask you, what is it that drives you, Jana Stanfield? What is it that moves you, that keeps you going, doing all these good projects, these positive, uplifting projects? What is it?
When I grew up in Clovis, New Mexico, there was this guy named Joe that used to ride this weird bicycle, and he would always be around downtown. Every town's probably got somebody like that. And, you know, there were kids who would make fun of him. He was different, Joe. He was this really tall guy. His dad was a minister. I knew that. And I always spoke to Joe. I always liked Joe. He was so friendly. And, you know, people thought maybe he was kind of retarded or something, or I will tell you, I worked at the mental retardation center, that they called it, in Clovis, New Mexico, with my youth group. And you know what? I learned there that when those parents came to pick up their kids, the kids who had special needs kids, they were just like my family. They were just like my family. It doesn't, you know, when something happens that's hard. Well, the thing is, I saw Joe, and Joe was there helping out with people, and when it was time to load the wheelchairs in the evening, Joe would be there helping everybody load up. And I got to see Joe as a hero for all the good things that he did at that place. And I want to be like Joe.
Wow. That is why you keep doing this. And I'm telling you, folks, she has sold 200,000 copies of a CD that she produced to help people, just to bless people. When she was speaking at events, she would sell the CDs, and I have the CD. It has blessed me. And so many of my speaker buddies would say that Jana Stanfield song, I used it to prepare myself before I'd go on stage, or I was encouraged by it. And you just talked about your philosophy of life. You talked about being positive. You talked about being impactful. You talked about being inspirational and how it can bless others. And in doing so, it is a blessing to you. Am I right?
Oh, my gosh, my life is so rich. I may have less money, but my life is so rich doing this. Every day I see miracles. I hear miracles. If people say the world is a crazy place, all these bad things, I see beauty every day with these kids, Monday through Friday, when I work with them on our Zoom calls overseas.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Well, folks, I'm going to encourage you. We stay around because we got another segment. I'm going to play some of her music, one more of her songs before we leave that last segment that I know will bless you. But Jana, where can they reach you? Where can they contact you so that people can know how to maybe be a part of your program? Where are you online?
Well, I am on Facebook, of course, and it's Jana Stanfield, If I Were Brave. We're starting a new community called Together for Good Karma. Just like what you're doing, Willie, we want to promote good things in the world. We want to increase the good in all the ways we can. I got to make up for all those bad news stories that I wrote.
When you were a journalist. Folks, we're going to be right back with my special guest, Jana Stanfield. This is Dr. Willie Jolley on the Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways Show. And for sure, I know for sure that your best is yet to come. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Pick up the phone and just
Friendship is not about being convenient. It's about being committed and consistent. You can call on me when you need me. You can call on me. Call me. You can call on me. Pick up the phone. You can call and call me. Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and people often ask, how did I go from a broke, busted nightclub singer to become a best-selling author and to be voted one of the outstanding 5 speakers in the world by the 175,000 members of Toastmasters International? The answer is that I decided to invest and change my thinking, invest in my mindset, and decided to change my inputs because inputs determine outputs. I heard about a seminar years ago when I was just getting started. I was making about $100 a speech. And I heard this seminar that was creating millionaires, and it cost $10,000, but the guy was getting results. I didn't have that kind of money, but I decided to borrow it because I learned that there's a price for success, the price of college, the price of going to school, the price of education. And there's a price for success, and then there's a cost for not paying the price, the cost of staying the same. And that cost is greater than the price. It's too expensive. And so I went, and it changed my life. And I came back and quickly made $100,000. I heard a similar story from Dr. Dave Martin, how he went to a success rally, heard a speaker who inspired him. He and his friends said, wow, that's changed my life. The speaker had a package of materials to help build wealth. The package cost $1,500. And that was all the money Dr. Dave had to his name. Dr. Dave's friend asked, do you think this stuff is worth it? Dr. Dave thought for a moment. He said, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. But I do know that I'm worth it. I'm worth it. He invested that money in that package and used the materials to grow his thinking. He grew his mindset. He shared how that $1,500 investment has gone on to generate millions in revenues. He's a multimillionaire. And he has homes now in Arizona and Florida. I want to say to you, it's time to invest in you. I want to give you some materials that will help you, grow your mindset, grow your future, grow your finances. Go to wjspeaks.com/billionaire. wjspeaks.com/billionaire to get some materials that will inspire your success and help you find that there's a price for success, but there's a cost for not paying the price. And the cost is always greater than the price. Go to wjspeaks.com/billionaire and get the bag, the box, or any of the materials there and keep growing your wealth. And remember, as a man thinketh, so as he is, and your best is yet to come. And we're back. This is Dr. Willie Jolley with my special guest, Jana Stanfield, world-class songwriter. Started as a journalist, knew there was something more powerful inside of her. She decided to be brave, and she wrote a song called "What Would I Do If I Were Brave?" And she stepped out on faith. And as a result of that, she went on to Nashville, created a successful career as a songwriter, and then she started speaking. And she became part of the National Speakers Association and became a star there. And then she started traveling the world. We'd see Jana every year, but that's it. Where are you? I was in Singapore or Hong Kong or Africa. She goes all around the world doing good and helping people. And now she started a refugee film school. And you can tell Jana where people can learn more about the program, what's it called, and so forth. And then we want to talk a little bit about what it's going to take for people to believe in themselves, like you have learned to believe in yourself and those who you're encouraging.
Yes, absolutely. There's a second verse in If I Were Brave that says, what if we're all meant to do what we secretly dream? What would you ask if you knew you could have anything? Like the mighty oak sleeps in the heart of a seed, are there miracles in you and me? I believe that this pandemic, one of the silver linings is that it has dropped the barriers between us. It's dropped the barriers of what we thought we could and couldn't do. So many more things are possible now, like seeing our family and friends on Zoom anytime we want instead of having to fly across the country to see them. So many barriers have dropped that I really believe it's given us a chance to go inside, be quiet, get in touch with our spirituality and ask, what else? Every morning my prayer is, have thine own way, Lord. Have thine own way. Thou art the potter, I am the clay.
Yes.
And I love this little quote that I heard. When the artist's hands are in the clay, the maker's hands are in the artist.
Say that again. Say that one more time.
When the artist's hands are in the clay, the maker's hands are in the artist.
Wow. 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 Well, what inspires you, Jana Stanfield? What encourages you? And if we had a room full of students, I always like to ask, had a room full of students saying, what I got to do to be successful in life, what would you tell them?
Oh, my gosh. Keep the faith.
Yes.
And keep looking inside, because there's more for you to do. And I keep thinking, it's like this is a time of like going back to high school. We've all had a chance to unplug. What was it you really wanted to do? How could you get those gifts and talents and maybe express them? My mom teaches piano lessons at 82. She's been teaching music and elementary music all her life, but she has people come to her who say, I always wanted to play the piano. I'm 70 years old now. Is it too late to start? And as we know, it's never too late to start, because this person was not necessarily meant to be some famous pianist, a piano player, but this person is meant to have the gifts that come out when your hands are on the keys. Or if it's that you've wanted to take an art class and you never let yourself because you didn't have time or didn't have money, there is something in your spirit that you're not going to know until you let yourself do these creative endeavors that have been in you, not for the result that's on a piece of paper, not for the result of how the song sounds, but how your spirit comes alive when you sing, when you play, when you draw, when you garden, when you do volunteer work and help somebody else. It makes you happy. It's therapeutic.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to play this song. I want to play it now. Queuing it up. I Believe in You by Jana Stanfield. Folks, get ready to get blessed. This song will bless you. Here we go.
Nobody said life was easy. At times it's just plain hard. Right now it's tearing you to pieces. But I know your heart. You got strength inside you. You ain't even tried yet. And don't you ever forget, I believe in you. I believe there's nothing you can't do. Trouble's just passing through. Believe it. Believe you're strong. That hurt can't keep you down for long. Just hold on, you're gonna see it. Believe it. I can sit here and listen, and I can dry those tears. But let's just keep on looking beyond this pain and fear. You're gonna smile again. You've got everything it takes. So just have a little faith and believe.
Wow. 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 What a song. I believe in you. I love that song. Well, you got some events coming up, and one of them is actually this evening. On your birthday, you got an event that you're doing, and it's open for the public to come and join. Tell us about it.
Yes, it is. It's going to be on Facebook. It's going to be a Facebook Live, but I want people to come in and be on Zoom with me. That's the backstage passes. So they can come to Jana Stanfield, If I Were Brave, or come to just Jana Stanfield on Facebook. You'll find me, Jana, like Jana Banana, outstanding in her field, Jana Stanfield.
Okay.
You'll find it there, and we'll bring you into the concert. It's at 7 Central Time, and it's going to be a celebration. We're going to do show and tell of some of the incredible music videos that the students have edited this year for other people. We've been getting contracts to do music videos, lyric videos, speaker videos, break apart Zoom calls into content. We've just been doing all of that this year, and the kids are doing so well. I'm really proud of them.
Well, I want you to send me some of those videos, would you? I want to make sure I can, for people who might want to see the kind of work that does, I can share with them. Also, I want people to go tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Mountain, and 5 o'clock California Pacific time. You go and get part of this at Jana Stanfield Facebook Live on her Facebook page, Jana, Jana Stanfield, Stanfield. And again, if you got Alexa, you can just say to Alexa, play Jana Stanfield songs. You'll hear some of her music. Last minute we got, Jana. Tell us any closing thoughts you got for people to live their best lives and live their dreams and be all that they were born to be.
I have a request that we all reach out to everybody we know with love and togetherness and connection. I believe we all need to connect at this time and hold each other up. Those of us who have been lucky enough not to have a family loss need to be here for everybody else. People need help right now with mental health, with jobs, with so many things. So there's going to be a lot of room for us to answer the call to help. And I just ask everybody to look for where you can help. It may be something you never imagined, like teaching refugees video editing. But this thing has changed my life, and I know that God's got so many more good things for you. The best is yet to come.
I love it. Remember, folks, we cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good we can do. I love Jana Stanfield. Well, folks, I want to thank all of you. I want to thank Jana for being on. I want to thank all of you for joining us today. I want to encourage you to share, like, and tell everybody about this show. And then I want you to remember that if you want great sleep and great love life and you need a great bed, go to selectabed.com and look at all of the beds. But that Airpedic 800, I can attest it will change your life. The Airpedic 800, and just put in the code WJ800, WJ800, you get a discount. Also, our marriage seminar. Go to jollymarriage.com/escape. jollymarriage.com/escape. For $49, you and your significant other, or just you by yourself, can come and you get a $25 writable workbook, digital writable workbook sent to you via email, and you can access it. So this is Dr. Willie Jolley on the Willie Jolley Wealthy Way Show. I want to encourage you to keep living the big dreams, going after them. Follow your dreams wherever they lead. Don't be distracted by less worthy needs. Shelter it, nourish it, help it to grow. Hold your dream deep, down deep where dreams grow. Follow your dream, pursue it with haste. Life is too precious, too fleeting to waste. Be faithful, be loyal, and all the day through, the dream that you follow will keep coming true. This is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I know for sure your best is yet to come. Talk to you later.
you see so many others moving on while you're steady going nowhere? Have you maybe come to the conclusion that there's nothing at all that you can do? Well, just look in any mirror and you'll see who is really truly stopping you.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode, and I hope you got something of great value. And I hope that you were inspired, you were motivated, you were empowered, and you were encouraged to live your best life. I hope this information and this inspiration will help you to do more, be more, and to achieve more. That's the goal why I started this program, and I hope it helped you in a mighty way. Now, I ask you to make sure and that you take full advantage of all the resources that came through this program. I hope you go to wjspeaks.com/gift and get some of the free resources that we have there for you. I hope you go to wjspeaks.com/shop to get some of the books that we have created, that we've labored over to make sure that they will deliver a powerful message to you. I hope you go to williejolly.com/billionaire, williejolly.com/billionaire, or wjspeaks.com/billionaire to get the box that it will inspire your whole family, or get the bag of books. Make this a great day, a great week, a great month. And remember, it is true that you are blessed and all things are possible for them that believe. So make the most of the belief that you have now in your future. This is Dr. Willie Jolley. Have a great day.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.